Okay, so now keep going with our study in working with Kubernetes objects. Now let's take a look in annotations. So annotations. You can use Kubernetes annotations to attach arbitrary non-identifying metadata to objects. Clients such as tools and libraries can retrieve this metadata. So attaching metadata to objects. You can use either labels or annotations to attach metadata to Kubernetes objects. Labels can be used to select objects and to find collections of objects that satisfy certain conditions. In contrast, annotations are not used to identify and select objects. The metadata is an annotation can be small or large, structured or unstructured, and can induce characters not permitted by labels. Annotations, like labels, are key-value maps. So let's take a look in an example here. So you can see a metadata, and then inside of it, annotations, and the annotation, that is K1 value 1, K2 value 2. So here are some examples of information that could be recorded in annotations. Fields managed by a declarative configuration layer. So attaching these fields as annotations distinguishes them from default values set by clients or servers, and from auto-generated fields and fields set by auto-sizing or auto-scaling systems. Build, release, or image information like timestamps, release IDs, git branch, PR numbers, image hashes, and registry addresses. Also, pointers to logging, monitoring, analytics, or audit repositories. Client library or tool information that can be used for debugging purposes. For example, name, version, and build information. User or tool/system provenance information, such as URLs or related objects from other ecosystems components. Lightweight rollout tool metadata, for example, config or checkpoints. Phone or pager numbers of persons responsible, or directory entries that specify where that information can be found, such as a team website. Directives from the end user to implementations to modify behavior or engage non-standard features. Instead of using annotations, you could store this type of information in an external database or directory. But that would make it much harder to produce shared client libraries and tools for deployment, management, introspection, and the like. So, syntax and character set. Annotations are key value pairs. Veiled annotations keys have two segments, an optional prefix and name, separated by a slash, and the name segment is required and must be 63 characters or less, beginning and ending with an alphanumeric character, with dashes, underscores, dots, and alphanumerics between. The prefix is optional. If specified, the prefix must be a DNS subdomain. A series of DNS labels separated by dots, not longer than 253 characters in total, followed by a slash. If the prefix is omitted, the annotation key is presumed to be private to the user. Automated system components like Kube Scheduler, Kube Controller Manager, Kube API Server, kubectl, or other third-party annotation, which add annotations to end-user objects must specify a prefix. The Kubernetes.io and K8s.io prefix are reserved for Kubernetes core components. For example, here is the configuration file for a pod that has the annotation imager register, and this is set to this value https hub.docker.com. So here is an example, and you can see here the classic syntax of a Kubernetes file: API version, kind pod, metadata, and inside of metadata you can see here the annotations and then image register and the value of image register. Okay, so that's it for today. This is Annotations. Thank you so much.